This conference will now be recorded.
Gentlemen, on behalf of Trust HR Solution, I'm very thankful to all of you who are going to participate in these sessions. And the time was 5 p.m. So I think we are going to start it now. And you must be knowing that Mr. Ghulam Mustafa, he is the trainer of the day, of the evening, and he will discuss about the topic that is about the data analytics and with the pivot tables. So whatsoever people are I'm observing that is Amir Ousa, and apart from that, there are so many people, but they are not visible. So I don't know what's the reason, Mustafa.
Sir, actually their cameras are off. So no issue still right now. Alhamdulillah, there are 17 participants.
But we have to welcome them. It's Osman Meher Saab, Rashid Imtiaz, Arshad Sajad Saab, and Muhammad Habib, Nasir Azim Saab, Malik Yusuf Afzal Saab, Quratul and Rashid Saiba hai, Miss Zeenat hai, and Bilal Salim hai, and I think Sayyid Kambar Azam Saab hai, or I think it's behind the icons, Muhammad Asib, I think. Mehroz Shah Saab hai. So on behalf of this today evening session, I welcome all of you, and I would convey and redirect this session toward our trainer, that is Mr. Ghulam Mustafa. Over to Ghulam Mustafa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, I would like to give you the few requests and suggestions. One thing is that please mute yourself so that my voice will be clear for you and there will be no distortion during my session. And second, if you have any question or query, you can put that question in the chat box. And inshallah, after completing one segment, I will cover that questions or queries accordingly. Now let's start. First of all, I will let you know about brief introduction about myself. As you can see the LinkedIn profile, this is my LinkedIn profile. I am basically Ghulam Mustafa, and I am Microsoft Excel trainer. And recently, Alhamdulillah, I got certification, Microsoft Excel certification from Microsoft USA. And apart from that, I am a business analyst, and I am Alhamdulillah, I am providing different kind of business consultancy services to the multinational and the private limited firms in the Pakistan. I am the freelancer, and I am also a chemical engineer. And right now I'm working in the commercial department. That's why I have, you can say, the mashup of, you can say, technical and commercial engineer. And if you see my profile, I got certification, as I told you earlier that. And apart from that, I'm the trainer, and Data Analytics Consulting is my own firm. And apart from that, Alhamdulillah, I've worked in one of the renowned industry in Pakistan. This is basically multinational firm, Lotte Chemical Pakistan. I worked there for around 5 years, and I completed my MBA from Information Technology University. And their more focus is towards, you can say, analytics. That's why it is my passion, and Alhamdulillah, I'm pursuing my passion. And apart from that, I got different certifications from IBA Karachi, which is the renowned institute of Pakistan, and I did my engineering from UT Lahore. And you can say, if you need more details about myself, you can see my profile. I'm sharing it in the chat box. Now let's move into the Microsoft Excel course. You can everyone now can see my LinkedIn profile. Now let's move into the Microsoft Excel course. Now friends, let's start with the data analytics definition. What is meant by data analytics? If you see in the definition of data analytics, there are three things. Data analytics, the process of analyzing data to draw conclusions for mastering decision making. If you see in the definitions, there are three things. One is analyzing data, second is draw conclusions, and the last one is decision making. Let's say if you got a raw data from any organization, let's say if you are working in the banking department and you get the raw data of your clients or of your employees. Now, what will you do? If you jump directly into the you can say analyze or analytics, you will get you can say false results and inaccurate results. Why? When you will get the raw data, The next step should be to, you can say, clean and pre-process that data. This is basically the roadmap of data analytics. Initially, you will get raw data, and after getting raw data, it is mandatory and most important subject, or you can say step, to do cleaning and pre-processing of that raw data. When you will have done this thing, then you will generate a meaningful database according to your own organization. Let's say if you are working in the banking department, or you are working in the financial institute, and their requirement is that first name and the second name should be in the separate column. On the other side, if you are working in the sales department, and their requirement is that every sale, you can say, above average value should be highlighted by different color. On the other side, if you are working in the retail department, and they said that let's say if you are working in the recovery department, and their requirement is that every date should be in the different color, so you can use different kind of conditional formatting. You can apply different scenarios as well. So after after cleaning of your raw data, you will develop a meaningful database as per your own company requirement. This is basically the you can say the data analytics roadmap. Initially what will you do? You will get a raw data. What are the sources of raw data? You can get from your clients. You can get it can be your internal resource data, it can be from external data, you can get it from different websites, it can be the government official data, you can get it from different patents, etc. Then the most important subject, you will clean and pre-process that data. And please keep one thing in my mind: if you did not, you can say, clean or pre-process your data, and if you directly jump into the analytics, your results will be inaccurate, you will make false results, and ultimately your whole resources will be undermined and destroyed. Always keep one thing in my mind: without cleaning and pre-processing, you cannot jump into the analytics. So before moving to the analytics, always keep one thing in my mind: develop a meaningful database. For developing a meaningful database, your data should be cleaned and pre-processed. This term usually say that, and that's the second step should be usually say that, transformation of data. Transformation of your data. The first step is collection of raw data. Second step is the the data transformation. There are multiple techniques for this process. And the third step is develop a meaningful database according to your own criteria, your company's criteria, or you can say your industry requirement. If you are working in B2B department, the criteria will be different. If you are working in B2C department, criteria will be different. If you are working in the retail industry, or if you are working in the sales department, or in the banking institutes, that meaningful databases criteria will be different. Now, after go through these three steps, now the most important steps come. This is called descriptive analytics. Now, the question arises: what is meant by descriptive analytics? Descriptive analytics is all about the past. You can say what has been done in the past, you can easily analyze through descriptive analytics. It can be a single line, it can be a single table, and most appropriate form of descriptive analytics is called dashboards. What is meant by dashboards? Dashboard is basically a single page summary of any industry. Let's say if you are in the banking department, there are more than 10,000 clients of that bank. And now they want to present that data into a single sheet. This is called dashboards, and this is the most effective and most pretty form of the descriptive analytics. And keep one thing in my mind: descriptive analytics is all about past. Now next step is, you want to predict the future, because it is the renowned term that every company, every organization has scarce resources. So they will try to predict the future. They will try to forecast their you can say sales. They will try to forecast their inventory, etc. This is called predictive and prescriptive analytics. And unfortunately, due to time constraints, I would not cover this topic in details currently. In today's webinar, inshallah, we will cover descriptive analytics topic in detail with Microsoft Excel in PivotTables. Now let's jump into the next slide. If I move into the next worksheet, the shortcut is Control Page Up. If I use Control Page Up or page, you can see page down, you can see my slides are moving accordingly. There are Control Page Up and Page Down. Now let's move into the data types. Why I'm you will be surprised at why I am telling you about analytics roadmap, that you can say types of variables, etc. because these are rudimentary skills of moving into the analytics. This is basically, you can say, you cannot do you cannot do, you can say, chemical engineering if you did not apply, or if you did not complete the FSC as well. So that's why if you move into the analytics, you should complete these two steps. Now there are two major types of variables. One is qualitative, second is quantitative. Now the question arises, what is the difference between qualitative variable and quantitative variables? There are multiple definitions you will see in different kind of books or websites, etc. Let me explain in a very simple and plain words. Qualitative variables are those variables that you cannot apply any arithmetic operations like mean, median, mode, sum, quartile, percentile, etc. While in the quantitative variables, you can apply all arithmetic operations like sum, mean, median, mode, etc. On the other side, qualitative variables described by words and quantitative variables always measured or counts. Let's say if I take an example of your name, let's say my name, Ghulam Mustafa is my name. This is a qualitative variable. And let's say if another friend of my name is Haris Khan, let's say, we cannot add these two numbers. Means we cannot apply any arithmetic operations in these two numbers because these are qualitative variables. On the other side, qualification, if I have done PhD, this is a qualitative variable. My friend have completed chemical engineering, this is a qualitative variable. On the other side, designation, if you are working in an organization, or you are the CEO of the company, this is a qualitative variable. And let's say I am the supervisor of that company, again this is a qualitative variable. All these are qualitative variables. On the other side, in quantitative variables, let's say sales value, I attained, you can say, let's say I attained 1 million sales, this is a quantitative variable. My weight is around 70 kg, this is a quantitative variable. I sold around, you can say, 500 units of mobile, this is a quantitative variables. In this webinar, around, you can say, 13 students are attending my session or webinar, or more than 100 students are attending my session, this is a quantitative. This is the major difference between these two variables. In quantitative variables, you apply different kind of arithmetic operations and you can measure that numbers as well. While in qualitative variables, you cannot apply any arithmetic operations, or you describe these numbers through words. Now, if you see, the qualitative variables can be subcategorized into the further two variables. One is nominal, second is ordinal. Very important topic. I'm telling you, please keep things in mind. Qualitative variables can be described into two types. One is nominal, second is ordinal. What is meant by nominal variables? Nominal qualitative variables are those variables that cannot be described, you can say, that cannot be given in a different rank. Means I cannot put different names into the hierarchy. Let's say my eyes color is blue and my friend eyes color is gray. I cannot say that gray will be in the top or blue in the bottom, because this is a nominal variable. Let's say gender of a name. All these, let's say if you fill a form of to apply any institute or university, you will see different variables: your name, your father's name, your city, your qualification, etc. All these are qualitative variables, and name, gender, etc. are nominal variables. On the other side, ordinal variables are those variables that can be described or ordered in a certain order. Let's say if you are working in a company, there is a CEO, again then there will be a GM, or there will be MD or supervisor, etc. Although these are qualitative variables, although these are qualitative variables, but most importantly, we can put these numbers into the different rank. Let's say CEO will be in the top, then MD, then and then MD will came, or then you can say on the other side, manager will came. Means these numbers can move into the different hierarchy. It's called ordinal variables. If we see in the examples, as I told you that in qualification levels, when you were in the metric, then you did FSC, then I did chemical engineering, then completed my MBA. Now I am planning to do PhD. All these are qualitative variables, but we can put these numbers into the certain levels, are called qualitative and ordinal qualitative variables. On the other side, let's say eyes of a eyes of this cat. This cat eyes is red. This cat eyes is brown. It's blue. I cannot hierarchy. I cannot give them a different rank. I cannot say red is more better than gray, etc. If I say, then I have to define a certain criteria. On the other side, quantitative variables are can be subcategorized into two variables. One is discrete, second is continuous. Discrete variables are those variables that have defined value, that have, you can say, distinct value. We cannot break down these numbers into decimal values, and these numbers have limited values. Let's say in my webinar right now there are, you can say, 100 participants, but I cannot say there are 100.2 participants, because this will be a joke for you people, because I cannot break down your quantity. On the other side, if I say I have 3 laptops, I can't say I have 3.2 laptops. Moreover, I cannot say I have 3.8 laptops, because laptop is a discrete variable, and I cannot give the I have to give them a specific value. I cannot break down into the decimal places. Let's say I have 4 friends. I cannot say I have 4.2, 4.3, 4.4 friends, because this is an object, this is a human being, this is a discrete variable. On the other side, what is meant by continuous variable? Continuous variables are those variables that did not have definite value. We always break down this number into the any value. We can continue this number. Um, let's say my weight is, you can say, 70.2, but Amir Arfin will say, no sir, your weight is 70.223, and our senior, let's say ABC person, will say, no sir, your weight is 70.2223. Everyone is right, because this is a continuous variable and I cannot give exact value of it. Likewise, the time, the current time, the height of a person, the weight of a person, temperature of the room, etc. So before jump into the data analytics, you should know about the major 2 categories of variables and what are subcategories of variables, etc. Now let's jump into the most important and you can say the heart of this webinar is pivot tables. Yeah, I hope you are putting your questions in chat box. Now let's see your chat box. Everyone is fine. I can jump into the pivot tables. Okay. Now let's jump into the pivot table. Now before jump into the pivot table, let me revise these 2 topics in 1 minute. Then we will move into the pivot table, because it's pure technical subject, or inshallah we will cover it in details. Now initially I was told you about the data analytics definition. As I told you earlier that there are 3 parts of this definition: analyze data, and then I told you that before analyzing you have to go through these 3 steps. You will get a raw data. It can be collected either through surveys, through questionnaires, through websites, etc. It can be your internal data, it can be your external data. Then you will do data transformation. This is sometimes called data cleaning, pre-processing, refining, cleansing, etc. Then you will generate a meaningful database according to your own requirement. This is called company's template, this is called spreadsheets, etc. Then after these 3 things, you will do descriptive analytics. Why? To draw conclusions, to get optimized results from scarce resources, to get maximum benefits with minimum cost, to get mastery in decision making. This is the vision of my company, Data Analytics. Then I explained you about the major 2 types of variables. There are 2 types of variables: qualitative, quantitative. Qualitative cannot be measured, and they always described by the words. Quantitative always can be measured, and they always described by different arithmetic operations like mean, median, mode, sum, average, percentile, quartile, etc. Then we subcategorized qualitative variables into 2 categories: nominal and ordinal. Nominal variables are those variables that cannot give any rank or sort, because they are very nominal and normal variables like your name, gender, color of your eye, etc. On the other side, ordinal variables are those variables that can be give, although they are qualitative variables, but they can give you a different rank, your qualification, designation, etc. Then I explained you about the continuous and discrete variables. Discrete variables are those variables that have distinct value that cannot be broken down into the decimals, like number of students, sold laptops. I can't say that I have 3.2 laptops. It would be a joke. On the other side, I cannot say about the exact of my height. Let's say my height is 175 centimeter, but Amir Arfin will say, no sir, your height is 175.001, because it is a continuous variable. Now I have covered these two topics, and I'm so sorry if you feel my speed is too much because I have to cover the most important topic is pivot tables. Now let's jump into the pivot table. Before jump into this, I will see your chat box. No question. Up till now, that means everyone is fine with my speed and up till the concept I have been covered. Now let's jump into the pivot table. The question arises: what is meant by pivot table? Pivot is basically a central point. It will give you a summary of you can say the organization in a single click. You can get summary by simple using CDD. Now you will see, sir, what is meant by CDD? You can get, I'm sorry, pardon me. You can get a summary of an organization, let's say more than 10,000 data points with simple click, drag, then drop. I will show you how this will work. This is the magic of pivot table. Click, drag, and drop. Now, this is the generated databases. Basically, this is the developed meaningful database. Whenever you will get a database, either you are a manager, you are a supervisor, you are a CEO, firstly, primarily, you should have to do a quick analysis. How you will do it? By simple click on this, you will see that you can say average count, numerical count, minimum, maximum, sum, etc. This is called, you can say, quick analysis of this data. I can customize this according to my own requirements. Let's say you do not want minimum or maximum, you can uncheck it from there, etc. This is basically the quick analysis. On the other side, you should know about this is my you can say quantitative variable, this is a qualitative variable. I request all of you again, please mute yourself. I have done it. Thank you very much. Sorry for the interruption. I was telling you about it. This is the database of a company. I should note this is a quantitative variable, this is a qualitative variable because the products are quality units sold, quantitative variables, but this would be the discrete variable. Sales, it could be the continuous variable, but moreover, you can say you can say it is negligible. Let's say you have 23,750.001, but in some sort it is a continuous variable, and again this is a qualitative. Now my ribbon is hide. By simple applying a shortcut, I can regain my ribbon. That is Control F1. You can see my ribbon has been regained. Then before moving into the pivot tables, I will see that in my sheet where are the formulas have been applied. How will I see? By simple Control tilde. You can see by applying Control tilde, my whole sheet has been opened. You can see there is a formula, ran between, there is a formula, etc. And by applying again Control tilde, my sheet will be moved into the original position. Now let's say you can see these are the formulas. Now I want to change these formulas because these are random number generation. I want to change these numbers into the actual numbers. What will I do? I will select all these numbers by simple click Control Shift tilde, copy, then I will paste it. These will move into the, let's say if I do this again, Control Shift down arrow, Control backspace, all range will be selected, copy, then move into the paste. There are different paste special options, and I won't cover these topics. I will only cover pivot tables right now, but I'm giving you the flavor of it. Paste values as all these numbers will be moved into the values. Now you can see in the formula bar there is no formula over there. Likewise, I can do this thing for this. Control Shift down arrow, whole range will be selected. Control backspace, my headings will be appeared. Now copy by simple Control C and move into the paste special. Use values. These numbers move into the values. Now jump into the pivot tables. My friends, please keep one thing in your mind. Before jump into the pivot tables, your database should be in the table form. My data already is in the table form. That's why I can easily jump into the pivot tables. Move into the insert, select pivot tables. A dialog box will open which will ask your range have been selected. That name is pivot table, and the pivot table will be appeared into the new worksheet. Then select OK. This is the basically simple interface of the pivot table. You will observe that all headings of your database have been converted into the fields of the pivot table. Pivot table fields are all the headings of your database have been converted into the fields of your pivot table. Now, there are 4 areas of pivot table. One is values, columns, rows, and filters. Let's study these two, values and rows. What is meant by values? As suggested, as studied, values, that means we will apply quantitative variables over there and it will give me the summary within second. Let's say sales. Sales is a quantitative variables. I will simply click, as I told you earlier, that CDD, then magic will be appeared accordingly. Click, drag and drop into the values area. You will see my sales value have been appeared. That means this is the sum of sales of my whole company. Let's say this is the sum of sales. You can see over there. This value is same as this. Now, if you say your CEO say, yeah, please, I want sum of sales compared to the salesperson. What will you do? Simply click, drag, or please keep in mind, in rows area you will insert qualitative variable. Click salesperson, drag and drop into the rows area. You can see in the salesperson there are 6 or you can say 7 subheadings. Subheadings means there are 6 or 7 subheadings or subfields over there. All these fields have been sorted into the pivot table and their sum have been appeared within a click without apply any formula, without apply any action. You can get summary of your data. Magic has been applied. That's it. This is the basically basic of Microsoft Excel. What did I do? I will do it again for you. Initially, this is a pivot table. Let's delete it. This is a pivot table. It is in the table form. I will move it to the insert area, select pivot table. The dialog box is open. Data range have been selected and a pivot table will be appeared into the new worksheet. Then press OK. This is the interface of pivot tables. Now, values field are the field where we will apply quantitative variables and rows field are those where we apply qualitative variables. That's why I told you, I give you the flavor about qualitative, quantitative, etc. Put salesperson over there. You will see all 6 subheadings have been segregated. Although there are how many? There are 100 values over there, but these have been separated into the 6 values. We can change its name as well. Let's say analysis. Now you can change its color, as I already applied colors on this tab color. You need blue. Fine. Now you can see that color have been applied. Now if we want to see the sales of every salesperson, you can see you need breakup of every salesperson. No issue. Just click CDD magic, click quantitative variable, drag and drop into the values area. Even though if you do not do this, no issue. Excel is a very intelligent guy. If you click on it, it will automatically move into the values area. That means it gives you the sales of individual persons easily. Now, the question arises, the sales are always is a currency. That means the formatting should be in the proper format. Now, what will I do? I will move into the value field setting, move into the number format. I'm sorry, I guess. Okay, move into the currency, decimal places are 0. You can see in the sample, as I change the decimal places, points has been appeared into the sample space, but it is a very, you can say, common sense is that if the sales is in you can say 100,000, there is no meaning and it is negligible to use it in the decimal, so you can move into the 0. Now you can see your data has been in the very good look. This is in the dollar form and you have been generated a sum of sales of individual person with single click. This is the subtotal. Now the question arises, your manager said that no yaar, I also want the count of sales, or you can say I also want the count of units, how many units sold by each salesperson. You will say no issue sir, just click, drag and drop. It give you the, although it give you the sum of units sold, but your manager is asking count of sales, count of units sold. No issue, just change its value field setting from sum to the count. Boom, magic have been applied. That means overall this is the value of Farhan Sagir and it sold 16 units. Ghulam Mustafa value is this value 274,000 and it sold 17 units. Now you can see the order is not correct. You can apply sort largest to smallest. Magic have been appeared within a click or within second. This is the magic of Microsoft Excel and PivotTable. Now your manager asks, yeah, I don't need sales. I need only percentage. Let's say I need sales, but again the percentage share of individual person. I need share of Farhan Sagir, Ghulam Uswami, author, etc. Now what will I do? No issue. I will insert sales again into the values area and move into the field setting and change it from no calculation to the percent of grand total. Boom, magic have been applied. You can see as overall 100%, Farhan Sagir share is 27%, Mustafa share is 25%, Mickey author share is 22%, and cumulatively if I add these three numbers, there are 74% share have been captured by these three names. These three salesperson means if company is in the crisis, company can expel or terminate these three persons easily because these
Repeat.
three persons have been captured.
Sir,
I'm
please repeat
sorry.
how to. Hello. Sir, please
Okay.
repeat how to apply percentage.
Obviously, I would repeat, but I would request you to please put your question into the chat box because it will move into me in the interruption. I will repeat it again. Thank you very much for
Okay,
your
okay,
suggestion.
sir. Thank you.
Jazakallah. I'm sorry. Let's move these fields into this original position. And this is the blank interface of the pivot table. Now, your manager or CEO is asking, please, I need each salesperson name. Okay, sir. This is the salesperson name. You can change the name over there. And then your manager or CEO asks, please, I need sales of individual salesperson now. You say, okay, sir, no issue. This is a quantitative variables put into the values area. Even though you can do it by this, but I won't recommend this because Excel is not a master. You are the master. Click, drag, and drop into the values area. I put into the values area. All these are quantitative variables, but this is the currency, so format should be changed accordingly. I will select into the value field setting and change the number format into the currency with zero decimal place because values is in more than thousands and there is no, you can see there's no sense for points value over there. Boom, magic have been applied. Now your manager asks, I need sales as well as percentage share of the individual person. You will say, no issue, sir. Just take a deep breath and take a glass of water. Put it again into the values field area. Move into there. Show values as percent of grand total and change the name as share by each sales person. Boom, magic have been applied. Now this is not in the order. Your manager is not happy with you. No issue. Just apply sort from largest to smallest. Magic have been applied. Is it clear, my dear students? Now,
Yes, sir.
now
Clear.
the most important thing. Now the most important thing. Everyone would ask, yeah, where is the chart of this table? You need chart, no issue. Let's say I make a simple chart of the sales. Go into the pivot table, pivot chart. This is your chart, or you can click pie, or let's say get a pie chart, 3D chart. This is a pivot chart, and you need labels. And now I will give you another magic, the percentage over there. Please mute yourself because I am feeling some distortion. This is, you can see the labels have been applied. Now the percentage is there also. If I edit my table and I can give the name, percentage share, or you can say sales breakup. I will not move into the details of the data for, charts formatting because this is not the scope of this webinar. Inshallah, I will cover these topics in next webinars after your suggestions and feedback. Now, this is my chart. Even though I can save this into the new template, so that let's say sales. This template have been saved into my computer memory as well. Now, this is a pivot chart. Now your manager asks, yeah, this is the sale of individuals for the whole country, for the every country. But you can see there are different countries. Now you want to see the sales of individuals by different countries. Now there will be a columns area will be inserted. You can see, sorry, let's delete this chart. You can see now what have been happened in the columns area. Countries have been segregated and values have been segregated accordingly. You can see from this table as well. This is the best form of descriptive analytics before dashboards. Now you can see Farhan Sagir sales in France, this value. Farhan Sagir sales in Pakistan is this. Mickey Arthur sales in Qatar is this. And Stephen Covey sales in Pakistan, no value, and etc. This is called cross tabulation of data. Let's do analyze and generate a new chart. I will, unfortunately, I won't go into the details of the charts, but I will give you the flavor of it. This is the basically, this is called cross tabulation. What is meant by cross tabulation? Cross tabulation means I inserted a qualitative variable into the columns area, and I inserted a qualitative variables into the row area. And in values, obviously, there would be the quantitative variables. All these are quantitative variables. All these are qualitative variables. And you can see this is a matrix basically. And if you see in the chart, what qualitative variable in the rows, it is in the axis as well. You can see axis, all these are my axis. These names are in the axis and these have been applied into the rows area. Now these are my legends. Legends means different colors of my chart, and legends are my in the row area, sorry, in the column area. If you swap it, we will see now axis are countries, that means countries are there, and legends are salesperson. You will see different colors of the different salesperson. You can do it by simple 3D, click, drag and drop, magic have been applied. This is my cross tabulation of my data. I can give it to the name cross tabulation. I am hopeful that these are things are new for you, and inshallah you will apply these things into your field or into your job as well. This is the cross tabulation. Now let's move into the next step. This is a cross tabulation. Now your manager or you want to find the same cross tabulation for different products as well. Now what will you do? No issue. Apply these products into the filters area. That means you will filter it through there. Let's say you want to get this data for keyboards only. Boom. Chart have been updated. Data have been updated accordingly. You want to apply this for laptops. Boom. So there is only one value for laptop. You want to apply it for mouse and keyboard. Boom. Magic have been applied. Chart have been updated. Values have been updated, etc. Now you can see there is a big hassle. I can't see over there multiple items. I should know that this table or data is for these two values. That's why I will go into the analyze area, insert slicer for products. This is my slicer. You can see headphone chart have been updated, keyboard, laptops, microphones, mouses, etc. My dear friends, let me assure you one thing is that if you have been covered or if you have been understood up till now what is the slicer, what are the row fields, column fields, values fields, etc., believe me or not, you have been capable enough to make a very good dashboard. And inshallah, if you know how to operate these things, I'm quite sure that you will get a very good increment or promotion in your job, or you will get a very good, inshallah, you will ace your interview with these skills as well. Let's come to the topic. I haven't covered all these 4 topics. Let's revise it again and wait for 30 seconds. Let me see your chat and I'll take a glass of water. I'm back. Let's revise these topics again for you people so that we may be in this. let's move into the pivot table. This is my database. Everyone can see me or and hear me. My voice
Yes,
is
you are loud
clear.
and clear. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry for the interruption. This is my database. Let's do another pivot table again to get revision of it. This is my table, and now I will apply a shortcut for it. What is the shortcut? I will write it here for you. Alt plus N plus V. Let's see. Alt N V. Magic have been applied. The dialog box has been opened that your table or range have been selected. The name is pivot table and it will apply into the new worksheet. I will change its name. Let's say new. I can change the tab color. Let's say right now, sorry, dark green. This is the pivot table interface. All my pivot database headings are moved, transformed into the pivot table fields. There are 4 areas of pivot table. Values, we will insert quantitative variables over there. Let's say sales. Where are the sales? Units sold, let's say. This is the quantitative variables. I will put over there. You will see it give me the sum of sold units. But if I want to get count of it, I will change it from the value field setting and give it to the count. This is total count. If you can see in the database, total count is 100. Now, if you want to get the sales, simple put it over there, sales put there, and now put salesperson. This is the simple sum of sales of individual salesperson. You want to format it, move into the number format, get into the currency, no decimal needs for this value. I'm sorry, I'm applying it for row levels. Now it would be fine. Number format, currency, no decimals, that's it. This is the sum of sales of individual salesperson. Now your manager wants you to get the share of individual salesperson accordingly in percentage. Put sales again into the values area. Do it again, show values as percent of grand total, sum of sales, or let's say percentage share. Percentage share, that's it. Magic have been applied. You can sort it from largest to smallest or smallest to largest, etc. This is called this is the share of individual salesperson. If you want to get, let's say, cross tabulation, apply another qualitative variables into the columns area. Now you can see the magic have been applied. Every field have been updated. If you want to change it from sum to the percentage, you can do it. This is percent of grand. This is the total 100%. That means 0.13 share of France again in France. And if you want to get, if I change it from percent of grand total to the percent of column total, you will see all these are now 100%. That means this is my total share. This is my total pie size. And you can see 27% of share in France. Ghulam Mustafa captured 27% share in France. And Stephen Covey captured only 16% share in France because this is 100%. This is 100%. In Italy, my share is, you can say, 40%. In Qatar, Farhan Sagi's share is 30%. In, you can say, Emirates, Stephen Covey's share is 27%, etc. This now you want to see not you can say column. You want to see the percent of row total. You can see now this is 100%. This is the 100% of Farhan Sagi. This is the 100% of Ghulam Mustafa. This is the 100% of Mickey Arthur. We can infer that basically this is the field of statistics. We always do some inferences or some, you can say, interpretation. We can interpret that Mickey Arthur total share is 100%, and in this share 43% share in the Qatar and 27% share in Pakistan. Now you want to apply filter, put products into the filter area, and then I give you the shortcut insert slicer for products. Even though you can do apply a chart, and I told you earlier that in chart different colors will be your legends, and your legends will be into the column area, and your axis would be your in the rows area. and your values will be into the, you can say, into the vertical axis of your column of your chart. Now I can apply filters. My charts and data will be updated. Now move into the next step. Let's delete these things. What are the next steps? Now if you want to do certain things over there, now let's do some work on dates. You can see there are dates only numbers. If I insert date into the rows area, it have been segregated in years, quarters, and dates automatically, because this is a magic of Microsoft Excel and PivotTable. And if I expand it, expand, collapse entire field, it have been expanded by years and quarters. Now if I expand it again, why I am expanding? Because there is a plus button. That means there are subheadings available over there. Expand it again. Now you can see years, quarters, etc. If you don't need quarters, you can remove it from there. Now years and quarters are there. Put anything over there. Let's say sales into the values field area. Now data, pivot chart, and always keep one thing in mind. For time series analysis, always use right. My dear friends, I was telling you that for time series analysis, always make line chart, because this will give you the true picture. It will depict the true picture about the whole duration from, let's say, June 2019 to the November 2020. The sales have been increased, then it decreased sharply, then surge up again. Now it have been decreasing to vary again, etc. This is the time series analysis, and you will be surprised that you can even apply time series as well. Insert timeline, put a date over there. You can see time series analysis have been come. You can change it to the, let's say, years. This is for 2019, this is for 2020, and magic have been applied. Now let me see your chat box. There are 3 messages organized. Razam Khan. Okay, Razam, let me explain your question. Basically, CDD is the is not a built-in Excel function. It is basically a shortcut generated by myself. CDD, that means click, drag, drop. It is basically, you can say, the 3 steps where you work in the Microsoft Excel. Let's say if you want to get the sales by salesperson, click, drag and drop into the column area, etc. क्यों नहीं हो सकता? Do you want to replace it? Yes. Now you can see the chart have been expanded accordingly. This is the CTD concept. Products, etc. Now move into the next field. Products in the rows area and salesperson in the columns area. This is called cross tabulation. This is my data, and I will generate a pivot table. This is called cross tabulation. I have already explained to you this. Now move into the next phase. Let's do another, generate another pivot table. Insert pivot table. My data is already in the table form. Pivot table has been generated. Now we will make a Pareto analysis. What is meant by Pareto analysis? This is basically sometimes called 80-20 principle. It will basically give you the maximum share by minimum participants. Let's say if you are in the sales department, and let's say I am working in the sales department. I have around 100 companies. I have customers around 100 companies in Pakistan, and I know that through calculations that my 20% companies occupy my 80% share. It is just like that. Your whole wealth of the world has been occupied by only, you can say, 10 to 12% people. How you will do a Pareto analysis from there? Let's say if you want to do Pareto analysis for salesperson, put it into the rows area because it is a qualitative variable. Now put sales into the values area. This is the sales. You can transform it to the by changing number format, currency, no decimal places, etc. Now you can sort it from largest to smallest. Now you want to get, you can say, cumulative percentage of each salesperson. How you will do it? Insert sales again into the values area, move over there, and there are options called percent of total in. What will you do? What will it do? It will basically give you the cumulative percentage. What is mean by? That means Farhan Sigir share is 27% and total 52% means 52% share captured by both Farhan Sigir and Ghulam Mustafa. 74% means 74% share captured by these three salesperson and 83% share captured by these four salesperson. This is called cumulative percentage. Now let's apply a Pareto analysis on it. What will we do? We will move into the pivot chart, move into the combo chart. You can see into the table. All these are values and they are around, we can say 300,000 and less minimum values 80,000. On the other side, this is a percentage only. So there is mismatch between axes of these two columns. So we will move line into the secondary axis. Now your Pareto analysis is ready. Pareto analysis. What is meant by Pareto analysis? I'm sorry. What is meant by Pareto analysis? Let's do some label on it. It is basically interpreting that 27% share captured by Farhan Sagir and 52% shared by these two salesperson. Let's say due to COVID-19 pandemic, company's share have been reduced, or company wants to, you can say, wants to terminate some people, or wants to lay off some people. What will they do? They will do analysis like this. They will say that our 80% share have been captured by these three salesperson. Now we can terminate these three salesperson because they are redundant for us. They are not making any contribution for the company at right now, more than 25%. This is the Pareto analysis. Means your maximum share have been captured by minimum salesperson or minimum sales force. This is the Pareto analysis. It can be applied into the restaurants as well. Let's say if you see there are, if you get a form from different people who are filling that form, there are 100 problems, and you can see that you can say 10,000 people nominated or highlighted these 20% problem. Then you will solve that problem. This is the basic of Pareto analysis. I hope you understand the concept of it. Now let's jump into the another area that's called you can say data grouping of a quantitative variable. Move into the original interface of PivotTable. This is a PivotTable interface. If I put units sold into the rows area, you can see I can't get anything from there because there are only values. But if we recall our statistics class, if we give a frequency distribution or if we give them a grouping of our data, we can get meaningful insights from our data. This is the magic of statistics and Microsoft Excel. How will I do it? By simple right click, move into the group. By default, it will give you the starting point, which is the minimum value of this. It will give you the ending point, which is the maximum value of this, and it will select any. By means it will give you the width difference of 10. Let's say if I select this, you can see still there are too much ranges. I cannot do anything. Let's do it again. Ungroup, group. Now minimum value will be the same, remain the same, ending point will be remain the same. We can change it from 10 to, let's say, 50. Now it seems perfectly fine. Now you can see if I apply a chart over there, there will be nothing to this. Why? Because I did not put anything into the values area. because it will give me the summary. Now I will put units sold again into this area. Now my chart has been updated. This is the perfect form of normal distribution curve. This is basically a statistical curve. It explains you that your data is maximum into the middle point, then this area. This is called perfect form of, you can say, a normal distribution. Now, if you want to change this chart, you can change it from there. Format, sorry, change chart type, select pie chart and percentage. More options, move into the percentage. We have still half an hour. Inshallah, I will cover more topics apart from these. You can see from this area. Now let's do some analysis on it. You can see 125 to 174 units have maximum share of this market. 125 to maximum share. That means we can interpret, or we can say that the living standard of the people are in this area. Let's say if we do more analysis of it, let's put into the, pardon me, let's put into the filter area and do analysis again, cross tabulation again. Products over there, let's say salesperson into the rows area. This is my cross tabulation. Change count from the sum. Let's say I want sales. This is the sales for all units sold. If I apply slicer for units sold, now you can see I have been updated my slicers for units sold as well. Now we can see that, let's before apply a chart again. This will give you the more precise and accurate picture. You can see if I filter this, you can get a very good picture that in this range units sold, this is your salesperson, and Mickey Author and Farhan Sagir in mouse area is very good working. And if we select this area, Ghulam Mustafa is good in mouse, and this is for all products as well. By this we can do different kind of, you can say, data grouping or histogram for quantitative variables. Okay, let's see your chat, then I will do more questions. Could you please repeat how did you segregate the data with reference to time? Now your speed is increasing. Okay, my dear friends, I will try to reduce my speed after Pareto analysis. Can you be changing the period in time? Okay, as per your charts, I'm assuming that you need to repeat the time series analysis. Let's do it again. How will I do it? Again, I will move from the basic database. Now I will apply my shortcut, which is Alt and V. Alt and V. Now let me give you the basic of this shortcut. When I will select Alt, the numbers have been updated over there. Now I want into the insert area, I will select N. If you want charts, you can select OR. If you want 3D maps, you can select SM. If you want picture, you can select P. I want PivotTable, I will select V. This is the basic of this shortcut. Now, you people need to do time series analysis again. Put date into the rows area. When you will select date into the rows area, you will see your date automatically have been segregated into the years, quarters, and dates, etc. Now it's your turn. You want years, quarters, or date, or you want only dates. It's your call. Let's say if I expand this, moving into the expand entire field, it has been expanded by years and quarters only. Now, if you need to expand it further, you see there is a plus button. That means I can expand this range further. Expand entire field. Now you can see there are years, quarters, and months. Quarters and months. It's up to you. Usually, if you don't want years, your data will be updated by years. I'm sorry, if you don't want quarters, I just eradicated my quarters. Now your data have been updated by years and months. Now in Excel, you can see there is an insert slicer and timeline as well. If I apply timeline, because in timeline I have only one column which have dates, so this is my timeline. It can be updated either by, it can be filtered either by years, it can be filtered either by quarters, it can be filtered either by months or days. Now just imagine if you have a data of last 5 years, your data will be updated by 5 years, there will be different quarters, etc. Now let's do some analysis on quantitative variables that will put into the value variable. Let's get some pivot chart. Sorry, because my rule of thumb is that for time series analysis, your chart should be the line chart. It could be wrong, but it's my own feeling. This will give you the true picture. Now you can filter this. Let's say if you want to get data for different years, for 2019, this will be your chart. You can see that in 2019, my sales were on increasing trend, and after that, I'm sorry, it has been sharply decreased, and now it is in the it is on very low side. You can change it by A from this. Sorry, restart the program. I'm sorry, my Excel sheet has been hanged. I will reshare it again. Up till now, we can read your chat. Repeat Pareto. Obviously, I'll do it. Can you please show the data source? Sure. Need to see how it is populated. Okay, 80-20. Okay, Miss Zinat, I will re-explain the Pareto analysis again. Can everyone see my screen? Is it visible for everyone? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Razam. Thank you. This is the time series analysis. I can filter it through quarters as well. Let's say if you want to get quarter one analysis for 2019 and 2020, no issue. Just press Control. You can see this is the quarter one analysis, quarter two analysis. If you want to get data for quarter 1, 2, 3. By click on Shift, I select these 3 quarters. If you want to select the data or analyze the data from quarter 4 to quarter 2, press Shift and select all other quarters as well. Your data has been updated. This is called time series analysis, and you will be surprised in Power BI. This chart moved. I want to say that there will be a video of 30 seconds, and your chart will be moved just like a video. Now let's repeat the Pareto analysis again because I am getting requests from my participants. What is the Pareto analysis? I told you earlier that initially you have to get some salesperson and sales. This is the basic data. Everyone could do it easily. Then sort it from largest to smallest. Let's write steps over there. What is the first step? That means do your sales value and sort it from largest to smallest. Now, then put sales again into the values area, and now you need to get cumulative percentage of it. Rename it. Let's say cumulative. Basically, I was trying to cover other things as well. Let's repeat it again. Show values as percentage of percent running totally. What will this function will do? It will basically give you the percentage cumulatively. It will add the last percent as well. Let me show you into the chart as well. This is the value 27, 52. 52 means this is the cumulative percentage for both these two persons. 92 means this is the cumulative percentage of all these salespersons. That means Haris Khan's share is only 8%. Now you want to apply a chart. It's a very simple chart. Move into the pivot chart. Although there is a Pareto chart over there, but in PivotTable it will not work. Move into the compo chart. Now there is a slight technical point. sales have too much values, let's say more than 300,000 or 250,000, while our second column has percentages, so there is a big mismatch between these two values. Means we cannot compare an elephant with the, you can say, an ant or a very simple cockroach, etc. That's why you have to give a secondary axis to the percentage. It will automatically give. Now you can see there is no axis over there. There is only a single axis. If I put secondary axis for percentages, new axes have been updated accordingly. Now my chart has been updated. This is a Pareto analysis. If I put label into the line chart, you can see over there. Unfortunately, I cannot cover the chart points or formats analysis, but still you will get the flavor of it. Now you can see in the chart, 80% share have been captured by these 3%. Just assume that there are 50 or you can say 100 salesperson in the company, and you are the HR manager, and company asks you to please lay off 20% sales force due to COVID-19 pandemic, and you are in the big, you can say, big hassle now. How you will do it? Simply do this. I'm sorry, this example is not appropriate at this moment, but this I got this example in my mind. You can see there are these three salesperson achieve our 80% share. You can see there could be you can say 20 salesperson that could be captured our 80% share. This is the Pareto analysis. Let's move to the chat. Any question? Please answer. Okay, thanks. Now let's move into the another point. What I have covered up till now, I have covered Pareto analysis. I have covered I have covered Pareto analysis. I have covered all these four areas: qualitative variables, quantitative variables, cross tabulation, data grouping, etc. And filters भी हमने कर लिए. We have covered the filters and insert timeline as well. Now let's do another thing. This will be a magic for you people. Let's say this is the sales of different salesperson, and your manager is saying you that please give a bonus to every salesperson according to his sales. Let's say give 5% bonus of every salesperson, 5% of the sales. Now what will you do? You will go into your database. This is my database. But how you can do it? You can do it by using field items, calculate field. I'm repeating it again. I'm repeating my question again. There is a query for you. You are HR manager. Your CEO says you that please give a bonus to every salesperson according to his or her sales. And the criteria is please give them bonus 5% of the sales. Now that means the Farhan Sagir sales, the Farhan Sagir bonus would be 5% of his sales. This value. Now let's say there are you can say 100,000, or you can say there are 1,000 employees, and you want to do this for every salesperson. What will you do? Don't worry, just move into the analyze field, move into the field items, and put calculate field and rename it by bonus. The formula will be start from equal sign, put sales, where the sales, insert it there. Now multiply it with 0.05. Let's say your CEO is very good, you can do it, let's say 25%. Okay, you can see automatically bonus have been applied. I'm sorry, there is interruption. No now by this you can do different kind of formulas, and you can see in your fields area there is a new field have been inserted like bonus. Okay students, is it clear up till now? And let me do another thing for you people. Let's do some data cleaning techniques in the pivot tables as well. Let's say there are some blanks over there. There are some blanks over there. Now you will see another magic, and I hope this will be the new for you people, those who have basic skills. Let's say there are blanks in there, or you can say 110. Instead of that, your data operator put 110. Now there is an error over there. What will you do? And just imagine there are 10,000 rows over there, and you need to do this. No issue. Always keep a single formula for this. Select your database. This is the first step. Control Shift down arrow. Your whole data will be selected. Why it is in the breakups? Because when there will be a you can say blank cell, it will you can say stop over there. Now press F5. This is called go to function. Go to special, find blanks from there. Now all blanks have been selected, and your manager is saying you that please apply not applicable here. Write not applicable. Then press Control Enter. Why press Control Enter? Because I want to apply this value into the selected cells as well. Control Enter. Automatically all cells have been selected. Magic have been applied. Now you can see there are total numerical counts are 101 and there are total counts are 101, numerical counts are 99. That means there are two text values in cells. One is unit sold. This is fairly you can say this is fairly true. Now let's find where is the second text in here. Just select all data, Control Shift down arrow, Control backspace. You will move into the headings area as well. Down, then press F5. Special. Then move into the what we will do. What we want to find the text from this column. You can see automatically it has been selected. You can change its color and you can correct it accordingly. Boom, magic has been applied accordingly. Now if we want to get, let's say if we want to apply a different formula into this range, let's say if we want to get a sum of Mickey Arthur, I will apply sum. Now you can see initially I have to get the range from there, range of a salesperson. Control Shift down arrow, whole range have been selected. The second argument of the formula, please define criteria for it. Let's say Mickey Arthur is my criteria. Then what is the sum range? Sum range means what value do you want to add? I want to add the sales. Control Shift down arrow. Your answer have been updated. Now there is a problem. Let's say if you want to apply this again and again, then what will you do? Don't worry. Please give name to your ranges. How you will do it? Click the whole data. Just select Control Shift F3. A dialog box will open. It will ask you want to create names from values in the top row. Yes. He's saying that there is already names over there. You can see there are names. We can remove these names from over there. This is basically the formula. This is a shortcut to apply the names to your ranges. Let me explain. Let's say you can see the products. Whole range have been selected. You can apply this formula over there. Let's say is equal to sum products, or let's say you want to count the products. You can see as I select the products, whole range have been automatically selected. Because the count function apply on quantitative variables, that's why it did not give me the values. You can see in the formula, it will ask me the values. Now you can see this. I just give you the flavor about the data transformation. The major topic was to cover pivot tables, and now we have 15 minutes. And as per my plan, I will try to answer your questions. You can put your question into the chat box. Then I will hand over my trainings to the Zafar Iqbal sir. If any participant has any question, please put into the chat box. Hello? I guess everything has been cleared. Now, Zafar Sahab, now it's up to you. What was the short key for the naming data? Farhan, sorry,
The next
Ram Khan
session.
is asking. एक second, Zafar Sahab. The students are asking
Ji.
the questions. Let me answer. Razam is asking for the short key for the naming data. Let's reshare my screen again. There are 3 to 4 ways to renaming your data. First, let's say if you want to give the name of this cell, you can move into the name box. Just say, let's say GY or ABC. This cell has been named by ABC. Or if you want to give, let's say this range, give it to the name range. This is one way. Second way is, let's say if I select a new range, let's increase up to the years and select a different value. To generate a random numbers, use the random function. I'm just creating a new database for you people. Now, I want to create names for it. Very simple. Just select the data, use the shortcut Control Shift F3. A dialog box will open. He is asking how you want to give the name of your row. I said I want to give them from top row or left column. In this scenario, I want to give them the names from top row. You can see in the data, names have been updated. And you can see these names in the name manager. Let's do it again. I guess the name did not apply. Names have been applied basically. Let's apply these names over there. You can see over there, there are different names should apply over there. Basically, the name applied for the qualitative variables, and I selected years. Now you can apply the again for this. Shortcut is Control Shift F3. Now you can see A, you can see B, and the third way is select your data, move into the define name or name manager. Let's say define name, apply names, etc. Or using formula or create from selection. That's it. Now, what is the other questions? Dashboard was also in topic. Dashboard basically, in 90 minutes I cannot cover the dashboard. I just can give you the basic concept of dashboard. As just I told you that you can make cross tabulation, you can say data grouping, or you can make histogram of your quantitative variables. You can do time series analysis. You can apply filters on it. All these are basic terms for dashboard. If you know these terms, you can easily apply dashboard. Repeat the process of renaming data. I just repeated. Can you please show the grouping once again? Okay, my rows I'm just trying. Error in the data, research, etc. Okay, Razam is asking that how did you find error in your data? Basically, my dear students, please keep one thing in your mind. Apply F5. F5. This is your data. Let's say I want to check where are the formulas have been applied. Select your whole data, press F5 special. There are different options are over there. You want to find comments, constants, formulas, blanks, etc. Let's say right now I want to find formulas over there. I will select, you will see automatically all the cells have been selected where formula has been applied. Let's say if I did not select, if I select whole sheet, do it again, and now I will find formulas. You will see whole sheet have been selected. I can change their colors as well. Now Razam was asking to find blanks. Let's say there are 200, means by mistakenly he apply O instead of 0. Now you want to find, you can say the errors, the text from there. Control Shift down arrow, your range have been selected. Press F5, move into the go to special, and find blanks. No, we want to find text from there. Automatically it's having find and it having highlighted. Now you need to amend it. And let's say here for Hansagir he write 100. There are errors over there because in headings it is a qualitative headings. Data should be in the qualitative form. Now let's find numbers from there. Sorry, F5. Go to special, move into the constants area and find, sorry, move into the constants area, find numbers from there. Look, your data have been updated. Now we have 8 minutes left. There is no question in the chat box. Now it's up to the Zafar Saab. Zafar Saab, please continue.
Thank you, Ghulam Mustafa. Thank you very much. Really, it was a very learning session for everyone. और मुझे ये बताइए कि आपका जो नेक्स्ट प्लान ऑफ एक्शन है रिगार्डिंग सम मॉड्यूल्स मॉड्यूल 1, 2 and 3 उसमें ये चीजें रिकैपिचुलेट हो सकती हैं?
Obviously, first of all, I can realize that I cannot cover each and everything at the moment. But I can assure you that we have different modules for you people, and you can get each and everything from basics. You can say how to apply a formula, what is the sum, what is the status bar, etc. Let me share my plan of it. This is my
नेक्स्ट फिर हम ये भी इसको कर सकते हैं लाइक जैसे आज 5 बजे का टाइम था और लोगों ने नमाज वगैरह भी पढ़नी होती है, नमाज असर, तो व्हाई नॉट के भाई नेक्स्ट हम वी वुड स्टार्ट इट लाइक 4:30 ताकि आराम से 1.5 घंटे में हम लोग
let me share my company plan and my profile as well. I have different customized trainings for, let's say, for financial modeling, for marketing, sales, HR, etc. But these are generic forms. Let's say this is the statistical models. This would not be relevant for you at the moment. This is the module 1. Basically, this is the advanced Excel. I give you the how to collect the data, types of data cleaning and techniques. Let's say example, there is a name of Razam and all letters are in small, and his manager is asking that please put all the names in capital, and he will just apply upper formula. He will get whole database, let's say 10,000 data points in single second. Descriptive statistics, let's say importance of mean, median, mode, etc. मैं इसकी छोटी सी एग्जांपल देता हूँ. लेट्स से फखरू जमा average is 40 and Imamul Haq average is 40, but Fachru Zama did 0 in one match and 18 in another match, but Imam did 45 and 55 in 2 matches. Although average is same, but there is a big standard deviation in the Fachru Zama. Fachru Zama is much uncertain as compared to the Imamul Haq. So that's why we can do another analysis of it. Spreadsheet basics means कि always apply formulas, always do what is the difference between relative and absolute references. Name manager tools. Paste special means you can copy your data and move into the paste as a transpose, as a copy, as a values, as a formatting, as a picture, as a link picture, etc. Go to special, I just give you the brief hint of it. And on the other side, name manager, if function, nested if functions, essential formatting, conditional formatting means you want to highlight anything, any text, etc. Data validation. All these are in the basic module 1. In the module 2, I usually cover the analytics as well. You can say descriptive analytics and predictive analytics. I give you brief introduction about the goal seek analysis, scenario managers. In scenario managers, believe me or not, you can change the whole scenario in single click because you have been updated your data accordingly. Heat maps, developer buttons, record macro, solver analysis, data grouping, Pareto analysis, etc. Creating dashboards. This is the most important and interesting topic for some people who want to do working in the business intelligence. Now, in the module 3, This is more about the statistical functions, let's say optimization, multiple regression, linear regression, predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, sensitivity analysis, etc. This is too much advanced. But I would recommend to all of you, you should register for module. Now it's up to the person.
जी बिल्कुल जी, मतलब है कि जो भी हमारे वैल्यूड पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, अगर वो इंटरेस्टेड हों ये कोर्सेज करने में, तो ये मॉड्यूल 1, 2 और 3 है, जो कि मतलब एक वीक के या वो आपस में हम अंडरस्टैंड कर लेंगे म्यूचुअली कंसेंसस से कि वीकली करना है या फोर्टनाइटली।
जैसे मैंने आज 90 मिनट्स की क्लास दी है, तो इन 3 90 मिनट्स or you can 50 to 4 90 minutes sessions, they can easily adapt in module 1 and it will be more interactive as well. The students will get to know, they will do practice, they will share screen with me, etc. We can do it.
आपकी आवाज कम आ रही है, जरा प्लीज माइक नजदीक कर लें।
I'm so sorry. I was saying that we can do this module 1 in you can say 3 to 4 sessions easily, and this would be more relaxing and easy because right now you have to cover major topics like type of data and analytics.
ठीक है, अच्छा उसमें ये है कि जो भी मतलब जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स अगर उनके डिजायर्ड हो तो दे कैन रजिस्टर एंड बुक विद अस। हमारे सेल नंबर भी हैं, गुलाम मुस्तफा साहब का मेरा भी मेंशन है उसमें, टिल वेडनेसडे, टिल कमिंग वेडनेसडे। तो फिर इंशाल्लाह हम इसको प्लान कर लेंगे। इनिशियली तो वी वर थिंकिंग अबाउट द 6000 फॉर वन मॉड्यूल, फिर हमने सोचा कि नहीं मुनासिब नहीं है, वी गेव द लाइक वेव ऑफ फॉर 50%, सो इट वुड बी 3000 फॉर वन मॉड्यूल। टोटल ये 3 मॉड्यूल का कोर्स होगा और डेटा एनालिटिक्स कंसल्टिंग जो है वो बाकायदा आपको सर्टिफिकेशन देगी इसकी, एंड इट वुड हेल्प यू आउट इन द जॉब मार्केट एज वेल। थैंक यू वेरी मच। और मुस्तफा कुछ कहना चाहते हैं?
Obviously, I would request to all of you कि मुझे feedback जरूर दीजिएगा. I have been shared my LinkedIn profile with you, और उसमें feedback दें और उसमें comments में feedback दें, because your feedback will be too much important for me so that I may revamp, redesign or customize my course accordingly. Because this course is only for you people, and I want you people should digest too much knowledge. Even though you can give a simple message to me in right on the chat box, you can contact me in the LinkedIn as well. That's it from my side, and wish you the very best.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you very much, all of you, for being here.
Obviously, and I'm quite hopeful that this webinar would be much effective and fruitful for you. Inshallah, you will get, you can say, immense benefit from this webinar.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you very much, all of you. अब इसको हम डिस्पर्स करते हैं। खुदा हाफिज।
उसमें यह है कि आप you can wind up this meeting and give your feedback.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you, sir. Khuda Hafiz. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Khuda Hafiz.
Thank you, Mustafa.
Mustafa.